Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies, farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain, for we've received orders to sail for old England. We hope in a short time to see yous again.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
We hove our ship to with a wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to for to strike soundings clear. It's 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom. We squared our main yard and up channel did steer.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
Now the first land we sighted, it is called the Dudman. Next Ramshead off Plymouth, start Portland and White. We sailed on by Beachy, by Fairley and Dungeness, and we hove our ship to off the South Foreland Light.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
Then the signal was given for the Grand Fleet to anchor, and all in the Downs that night for to lie. Let go your shank painter, likewise your cat stopper, haul up your clew garnets, let tacks and sheets fly.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
Now let every man drink off his full bumper, and let every man toss off his full glass. We'll sing and be jolly and drown melancholy, and here's to the health of each true-hearted lass.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
Now modern ships carry mighty fine gear,
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
ensign hard for many a year,
And they got no use for a Shantyman.
slick new fittings are all your style.
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
All very clever, but they just ain't right.
And they got no use for a Shantyman. Shantyman, oh Shantyman, who's got a berth for a Shantyman? Sing you a song of the world gone wrong when they got no use for a Shantyman.
Levers to pull and buttons to press,
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
real life sailors you need 'em less.
And they got no use for a Shantyman.
Floating computer dressed as a ship,
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
skippered and crew by a microchip.
And they got no use for a Shantyman. Shantyman, oh Shantyman, who's got a berth for a Shantyman? Sing you a song of the world gone wrong when they got no use for a Shantyman.
Soon they'll be sailing by remote control.
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
That'll be pleasing for the owner's soul.
And they got no use for a Shantyman.
Send the ships from dock to dock,
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
while sat upon a Ross is in an office block.
And they got no use for a Shantyman. Shantyman, oh Shantyman, who's got a berth for a Shantyman? Sing you a song of the world gone wrong when they got no use for a Shantyman.
Newfangled gear's no use to you
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
when you're off Cape Horn with your fuses blue.
And they got no use for a Shantyman.
Then's the time you rue the day
And away, get away, you Shantyman.
you sent your Shantyman away.
And they got no use for a Shantyman. Shantyman, oh Shantyman, who's got a berth for a Shantyman? sing you a song of the world gone wrong, when they got no use for a shantyman.
The sailor's life was hard,
And away, get away, you shantyman.
while laid at aloft on a topsail yard.
And they got no use for a shantyman.
Now it don't matter if the wind blow high,
And away, get away, you shantyman.
you can take force 10 with your feet still dry.
And they got no use for a shantyman. Shantyman, oh shantyman, who's got a berth for a shantyman? Sing you a song of the world gone wrong, when they got no use for a shantyman.
Listen at night that you might hear
And away, get away, you shantyman.
a ghostly sound on a cool night air.
And they got no use for a shantyman.
Was it a ghost from a distant past,
And away, get away, you shantyman.
or just a breeze in the radar mast?
And they got no use for a shantyman. Shantyman, oh shantyman, who's got a berth for a shantyman? Sing you a song of a world gone wrong, when they got no use for a shantyman. Shantyman, oh shantyman, who's got a berth for a shantyman? Sing you a song of a world gone wrong, when they got no use for a shantyman.
From Tortuga's port we put to sea and sailed for 16 days. In the biggest storm I'd ever seen, we almost lost our way. When a call came from a deckhand, boys, I think she's going down. But don't you fear, there's enough from here to drink until we drown.
Oh!
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, early in the morning. So his deckhand grabbed a barrel, broke the seal and took a swig, and soon their screams turned into songs, their panicked work turned into jigs. The first mate bellowed orders, ever trying to save their skins. Any drunken wretch the captain catch all beat or limb from limb.
Ho!
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, early in the morning. Every man continued drinking, all their duties long forgot. They were deaf to every order till they heard a pistol shot. The captain stood on forecastle, swung the cat above his head. Back to your posts, or by my ghost, you'll wish that you were dead! Ho! What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, early in the morning. Every drunk received a beating, some of the drunker managed to. The captain kept an eye until he'd sobered up his crew. He then retired to quarters, put the rum upon his shelf, sat in his seat, put up his feet, and drank the rest himself.
Ho!
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the longboat till he's sober.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Row in the hole with the captain's daughter.
Early in the morning.
Pump me, boys.
Pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home.
The captain's daughter, I suppose, could be called an English rose. What would you think when I proposed? The pox to me she gave a dose.
Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home.
This rose, well did she prick me sore. I never felt so bad before. Thanks to the girl I did adore, I thought I'd never pump no more.
Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home.
I
I called the doctor right away to find out what he had to say. That's £2.10, get on your way. I'm sure the girl is in his pay.
Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home.
They say life has its ups and downs, that really now is quite profound. I'd like to push the capstan round, but it's pump me boys before we drown.
Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home.
The ocean we do all adore, so come on lads, let's pump some more. Don't worry if you're stiff and sore, but I'm sure we've pumped this bit before.
Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home.
Oh, sometimes when I'm in me bed and thinking of me day ahead, I wish that I could wake up dead, but pumping's all I get instead.
Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home.
Yes, how I wish that I could die, the swine who built this tub to find. I'd bring him back from where he froze to pump until the beggar's dry.
Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home.
If Noah used him for his ark, oh, wouldn't that have been a lark? From rising sun to getting dark, the animals are hard at work.
Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home.
There's so much water down below, just how it got there I don't know. The old man says let's roll and go, but I'm sure we're bound for Davy Jones.
Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home. Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home. Pump me boys, pump a dry, down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones, we're just 1,000 miles from home.
When the Alabama's keel was laid, roll, Alabama, roll. It was laid in the yard of Jonathan Laird. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. It was laid in the yard of Jonathan Laird. Roll, Alabama, roll. It was laid in the town of Birkenhead. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. Down Mersey way she sailed then. Roll, Alabama, roll. And Liverpool fitted her with guns and men. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. From the western shore she sailed forth. Roll, Alabama, roll. To destroy the commerce of the north. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. The Alabama sailed for 2 whole years. Roll, Alabama, roll. Took 65 ships in her career. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. To Cherbourg port she sailed one day. Roll, Alabama, roll. To take her share of the prize money. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. Many a sailor lad foresaw his doom. Roll, Alabama, roll. When the Kearsarge it hove into view. Ho, roll, Alabama, roll. 'Twas a shot from the forward pivot that day. Roll, Alabama, roll. Shot the Alabama's stern away. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. Off the 3-mile limit in 64. Roll, Alabama, roll. The Alabama sank to the cold ocean floor. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll.
We're waiting for the fingers.
Oh, sorry.
We're making money with this sound,
Rattle and winches, oh,
and soon we'll all be homeward bound.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
In the hold this gear must go,
rattle and winches, oh,
Mr. Maid has told us so.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
Mickey was a Shantyman,
rattle and winches, oh,
he was always on the old rantan.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
When he was young and in his prime,
rattle and winches, oh,
he'd have them yellow girls 2 at a time.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
Now he's getting old and grey,
rattle and winches, oh,
them girls will look the other way.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
I've got a gal in Callao,
rattle and winches, oh,
going to make her roll and go.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
Oh, we'll all have a drink in the lobster pub,
rattle and winches, oh,
where the barmaid give us some good grub.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
Then we'll all have a drink in the Dog and Duck,
rattle and winches, oh,
with the girls there we will try our luck.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh,
Oh, one more rattle and then belay.
rattle and winches, oh,
We've rattled this gear enough today.
rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh, rattle and loud and stamp and go, rattle and winches, oh.
Oh, Santiana gained a day
Away, Santiana,
Napoleon of the West, they say.
along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go. Away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico.
She's a fast clipper ship and a bully good crew.
Away, Santiana,
And an old salt yank for a captain too.
along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go. Away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico.
Santiana fought for gold.
Away, Santiana,
Around Cape Horn through the ice and snow.
along the plains of Mexico. Well, Heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico.
'Twas on the field of Molly Del Rey,
Away, Santiana.
well, both his legs got blown away
Along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico.
It was a fierce and bitter strife,
Away, Santiana.
the General Taylor took his life
Along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santiana. Heave her up and away we'll go along the plains of Mexico.
Santiana, now we mourn,
Away, Santiana.
we left him buried off Cape Horn.
Along the plains